How to build an easy blaze farm in Minecraft. These are the resources you will need for this farm. Okay, so the first step to this farm is to find yourself a blaze spawner, which I have right here. Now, to make this farm as easy as possible to build, I would recommend that the blaze spawner you found is not out in the open, but is rather inside the room like this. So if we go into spectator, we can clearly see that this spawner is blocked in by, well, a bunch of blocks, which makes this a lot easier to build. However, this will of course still be possible to build, even if the blaze spawner is out in the open. But anyways, after you find yourself your blaze spawner, you will need to make sure that you have 2 blocks gap above the spawner like this. And if you're building this out in the open, you will obviously need to build a roof above it, but I'll explain that in a minute. So anyways, after you've made sure of that, you will need to place a glass block pretty much right above where the spawner is. So there's 1 block gap between the spawner and then the glass block. Then after you've done that, you will need to head under the spawner and then dig down 6 blocks. Of course, including the 2 blocks as under the spawner. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Then after you've done that, you will need to dig out 4 blocks in every direction, but the direction I want to have your, well, collecting system, and you will need to dig 6 blocks. So since the way out of this spawner is this way, I'm going to be building my collecting system over here. So pretty much from this down point right here, I will need to dig 6 blocks out in this direction. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Now I obviously need to dig this straight up. Now also quickly to say, I'm going to turn this on to Ps4 simply because building this with all the blazes will be a bit annoying and might be hard for everyone to see fully what I'm doing. So anyways, after you dug out 6 blocks in the direction I want to have your chest in, you will need to dig out 4 blocks in every other direction. So that means we have the chest over here, 6 blocks. We will need to dig out 4 blocks going this way, 1, 2, 3, 4, this way, 1, 2, 3, 4, and then this way, so 1, 2, 3, 4. And you will also need to dig this straight up too. And of course you will also need to break out the blocks pretty much all the way until we get to the top of the roof, pretty much like how I am doing. Then after you've done that, you will need to head to the back part of, well, what, you know, the rows we're broken out. So if we're gonna have the chests right here, you're gonna need to look straight forward and head to the opposite side of where the collecting system will be. Then after you've stood right here, you will need to go 1 block forward and then 1 block to the left, break out those blocks, go 1 block to the right, break out those blocks, and then of course break this all the way up until the roof. Then do the same on the left side. Then break out the 2 blocks we have pretty much going forward from those points we just broke out, like this. So then pretty much do the same, but go 2 more blocks forward from the corner right there. 1, 2, stand right here, 2 blocks to the right, 1, 2, break those out and then dig straight up. Then of course dig out the block we have in front of that block, do the same on this side, like this. And then you will have to break out 1 more block right here. So we should pretty much have, after you do that on the other side too, a triangle shape that looks about like this. And of course you will need to fill in the corners. So if you have any blocks like how I have right here in the corner, you will need to break out those and simply just fill those in. You can also fill this in and build this using any kind of block. Then you will pretty much have to do the same going forward, but it will be a bit different. So from the corner right here, so on the left and the right corner from the back, you will have to pretty much go 1 block forward, 1 block to the left, break out those blocks, and then of course dig out the blocks that's in front of that block. Do the same on this side, so pretty much, you know, 3 blocks going in right here, like this. Then do that 2 more times, pretty much like this, pretty much like how we did on the other side. So pretty much the same, but you have to rotate yourself. And then of course after you've broken out these blocks, you will have to fill in the corners right here, so make sure you do that. Boom, like this. So now we should have a room that looks something along the lines of this. And of course when you get to the tip right here, we will have 3 more blocks right here. So what you're gonna need to do now is break out these blocks until you get to the end, well, right here. Oh, to quickly say, I accidentally broke this out 1 block too long, so simply just build up, you know, the wall again or whatever, like this. So anyways, after we have done this, we're gonna start using some lava. So you will have to go to the end right here, and the 2 blocks that's on the right side from the spawner, you will have to break these down a couple blocks into the ground. Simply break them down 3 for now, that should be more than good enough. Then break down the block we have on the left right here, but only break that 1 block down. Then break this one into the wall like this. Then place a lava source right here with then a button right here. So anyways, then head to the back of what we've built so far, and then place a block right here with then a lava source on top of it. Then pretty much place a lava source right here, and right here, and then in the corners right here and right here. And the lava right here is pretty much how we will transport the blazes that will be spawning from here into the giant killer that we will have down here. So anyways, after you've done this, you will need to break this room down 1 more block. Then pretty much going away from the spawner, you will need to break yourself out a small room just going into here, so you have some space to work with. And then you can of course dig yourself up so you can, well, get out of this room like this. Okay, so then you will have to pretty much go 3 blocks down from where we have the middle lava right here, if that makes sense. So anyways, 1, 2, 3, replace this block with a piston, then break out the 2 blocks we have on the left side right here. You will have to break into this block, place an observer right here while looking at this piston. So if you then break this piston, the little face should be looking into where the piston is. Then go a little bit back and place an observer right there. You don't break this block, the little redstone eye should be looking towards the block we just broke. Place another piston right here, then break out this block and place an observer while looking at this piston. Then place another observer right here. This little observer should have the eye while looking outwards. Place a piston right here, then break out the 2 blocks we have right here, plus block at the bottom right here. Place another observer right here, then place another observer right here, break this block, piston, break these 2 blocks, observer, and then another observer. Then you can of course fill in all the last blocks. And then you will also of course need to fill in the floor we have right here. Then you will of course also need to replace the floor. And then after done that, you will also need to break out these 2 blocks. So now you should have a 4x4 room inside here. Sorry, I mean 2x2. So then after done that, you can simply break yourself out of here quickly by breaking up these blocks. Simply just get into this room again, replace those. Then we can also replace these 2 blocks with glass, simply so we can watch the blaze die and make sure the trident killer works. So anyways, the next step is then to place a lever on top of the piston. Flick this lever on once, the pistons should kind of go on all once. Flick this on or off again, and then the pistons should start going around kind of, well, forever. So now we can simply temporarily turn this off, because we will of course now need to make the actual collecting system. So anyways, after you've done all of this, you will need to break yourself out some more blocks into the ground, and then you will pretty much have to go 2 blocks under where we have the pistons. So 1, 2, then break out these 2 blocks, then break out 4 more blocks, then break out the whole floor 1 more block so we have some more space to stand in. So now if you break the block in the corner right here, we should go into the trident killer. So anyways, then replace that block. Then what you will have to do is place a double chest right here, or at least a single chest for now. Then place 2 hoppers right here, and then on top of the back hopper place a railing, and then on top of the railing place a hopper minecart. Then you can of course destroy that railing, boom, like that. And then you can of course simply block in the minecart to prevent it from accidentally falling out or anything like that. So now if you head into here to show you how this will work, if we drop any blocks right here, they will be picked up by the hopper minecart and sent it to this chest. And that is pretty much how we will be collecting the blaze rods. So now we will also have to break into this glass room and then throw a trident on top of one of the pistons, boom, like that. Then you can simply block this off again. Okay, so after you've done that, you will need to head back up here, because we will obviously have to block off this room. So to do that, pretty much right above where we have this button, count 4 blocks going up. 1, 2, 3, and then a 4th block right here. Placing these blocks, then build this 1 more out, and then simply build the blocks until you get to the roof. Pretty much just like this. And I've also quickly broken into this room right here, and I'm gonna replace these blocks with glass, simply so we can watch the blazes spawn. Okay, so now the farm's pretty much done, and all I need to do now is turn the game into easy, normal, or hard. I always play on hard, so let's do that. And now a bunch of blazes should start spawning, and they will be slowly pushed down into the trident killer. Now to turn on this trident killer to be able to kill the blaze, you will need to hold a looting 3 sword and then turn on the trident killer. And then after a little bit we can go up here. The blazes will slowly be pushed into this room by the lava. Head down here and they will start dying because of the trident. And of course, if they drop in a blaze, which they did, or blaze rods, they will be sent into this chest. So now as you see, more and more are going down and more are dying. So we head back into this chest, more blaze rods are coming, and they are coming fast.
That's what she said.
So yeah, this blaze farm is very good and will give you all the blaze rods that you will ever need. So anyways, that was it for this one. So yeah, thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace out.